Hi, I'm Stephan Grot. I am the Executive Director of a creative exploration space called KANEKO. And we're a sort of incubation space that looks like a contemporary art museum. So KANEKO's mission is to facilitate the creative process, and that's my job, which that means I can do all sorts of different kinds of stuff. But really, it just means that I emphasize the importance of creativity in our lives. And that's what I'm going to try to do in just the next few minutes. So KANEKO was started by a couple of individuals. Let me see if I can... That's KANEKO. There we go. So KANEKO was started by these two individuals, Ree and June KANEKO. And I have a whole other speech about how they started the art scene in Omaha. But among other things, Ree KANEKO founded the Bima Center for Contemporary Arts, which is one of the world's best artist residency programs. And June KANEKO is the largest scale, most prolific ceramic artist in the world. They live just right downtown, and June has pieces all over the world and in public art all over Omaha, so you should definitely go see it. At dinner parties, June would pick somebody out and lean over with a mischievous face, and he would ask, "Do you think you can teach creativity?" And this would usually end up being a great big debate and a discussion. And he wasn't really looking for an answer. He was really just trying to get people's minds moving. So we have this program at KANEKO that's called the Great Mind Lecture Series. And way back, the very first person that we had do this lecture was a person called Sir Ken Robinson. He was a knight. And he says that our education system is far too focused on reading, writing, and arithmetic. We don't teach creativity to children. In fact, what we do is we teach them out of creativity. And Sir Ken's point was that we should try to be giving the same amount of attention to creativity as we do to literacy. So children's minds are elastic, and their capacity for changing and adapting and remaking themselves is limitless. So fostering this instinctual adaptation gives them the practice that they really need to work within an unpredictable future. Another time at KANEKO, we had the CEO of a local bank come and talk to some middle schoolers about how creativity fits into his career path. And his whole shtick was, if you're into like dancing and painting and drawing, then you'd be a really great banker. But his point wasn't actually to make them want to be bankers. His point was that creative thought is vital into being successful at what you do. Whether you're a banker or a chef, the more creative your thinking is, the higher you're going to rise in your career, and the more options for wealth and success you're going to see. So there's this person called Ray Cokes, who we did some research on, who's talking about an interesting creative thing. And it is about mining landfills in the world. So landfills are full of garbage that pollute the air and the ground and the water, and there's hundreds of these all over the world. In fact, there's one in every city. And there's a lot of usable stuff that's sitting there just a few feet under the ground. So his idea that he promotes is, instead of mining for raw materials miles under the ground in dangerous and expensive conditions, we could easily access those same materials just a few feet under the ground. We're getting materials that we already know we use because we just threw away the thing that we need to replace using those materials that we can just dig up very easily. On top of that, we're also able to take all the rest of the really gross stuff that's in landfills, the non-recyclable things, and put them into modern energy plants and use plasma to superheat all of that gross stuff into clean burning energy. What's left from superheating all of that stuff creates a composite called plasma rock, which is really strong, and it doesn't smell like trash, and you can be turned into all sorts of environmentally friendly construction materials. Okay, so why did I tell you this? Why did I go down this tangent? It's because creative innovation at its best is solving major global problems with lasting solutions that are going to affect an entire supply chain. This is addressing many levels of concern, from raw materials, environmental cleanup, clean energy, and even inventing new materials that lead to new products and new markets. Why is it important to you? Well, because you need to be creative so that you can get the cool jobs and use all of those cool products that are coming out. How do you be creative? Well, remember June KANEKO asked if you could teach creativity. Well, probably not, because Sir Ken Robinson says that we actually teach us away from creativity. So actually what we need to do is learn how to tap back into our creativity. First, you need to allow yourself freedom. That doesn't mean freedom in your job. That means, if you remember, the CEO was talking about creativity can be about whatever it is that you're interested in so that you have a creative path and you can think differently. You're going to have residual skills and benefits that are going to make you better at your job. Then with that freedom, you need to have boundaries so you don't wander completely off the map. And believe me, I work in creativity, and if you give everybody limitless bounds, they just wander around and they don't actually know how to choose what the heck they want to do. Then you take those opportunities and you put them into play using activities that you're not worried about. That's like playing games. So Peter Gray, I was actually hearing this on NPR on the way home yesterday, and I needed to include him. So he writes this book called Free to Learn. And just like Sir Ken, he looks at how we have the innate ability to be creative. He believes that kids are biologically programmed to educate themselves through play. And as play pertains to us, it's analogous to adults just being with each other, especially people who are different than us. Play can mean different things, activities like pickup basketball, singing in choir, and they can do things that are immediately beneficial, like release endorphins and make you happier. But you can also build practice skills so that you too can face those unpredictable things that are in the future. So this brings us back to the artists that I work with. Their product is not the art that they make. Their skill is not the art that they make. Rather, it is their ability to express themselves. And self-expression and good, clear communication is the best way that you can get what you want. It is one of the most important skills that you could possibly have. So arts and performance and dance and anything like that is the way that you tap back into your creativity, because it's taking what is in your mind and bringing it out and manifesting it into the world. So going back into June KANEKO's question, can you teach creativity? No, it's already inside of you. You just need to be open to it and practice it and share it and have fun. Thank you.